finished reading Dominion today by Eddie Kitchens, and boy, oh boy, are you in for a ride. I'm actually gonna have to write about it because it was just that good. It made me think a lot about Is God Is and the way that the patriarchy kind of works together to subjugate women, and the way that women sometimes participate in their own subjugation through the use of religion. Like the fact Priscilla reminded me so much of Annie from Is God Is, and also in some cases where both of those women ultimately ended up being Annie because she got out of her marriage and relationship with Faber, but she also participated in the covering up of her son's harm, looked the other way. She's much like Lady May in Greenleaf, looking the other way at the harms and the atrocities that her son commits and that really her husband commits as well, until she just finally like has enough and decides to live on her own and become a woman of her own. I heard Toni Morrison, I heard Sula in there through some of the characters. I'm so interested in Kitchen's relationship or connection to Ike and Tina Turner because she mentions Ike Turner gave Saber the guitar. She also said Yo Hode Rekio in reference to Tina Turner's Buddhist chant. I'm assuming Diamond says it at some point in the book, so I'm interested in her relationship and maybe her, if she's a fan of Tina Turner. But the book was good, and I'm gonna write more about the book itself and also its connection to, I think that is of how the women, specifically Priscilla, and where it shows up in like these conversations about the patriarchy, and also these conversations about the role that like the church plays in it. Thought a lot about how the largest parts of conversations that we have with Saber really don't start until Emmanuel runs away, because every time he's in the pulpit preaching, the words that we hear are First Lady's, Priscilla's, right? Because she writes his sermons. And she's funny as hell. I ain't gonna lie. I laughed out loud so many times at the book because of her words, but in a lot of ways has similar kind of understandings of the world. I thought about Lady May and Mac and how she kind of hid the harmful things and looked the other way at what Mac was doing to, the women of the church, and how Priscilla looked the other way with her son Wonder Boy, who was this child that was glamorized, that that was enamoring, that was like everything to everybody, but also was a really horrible person. It was a great read. I enjoyed listening to it. I ordered the book, the physical copy, because I was so like engulfed in it, and I ended up finishing the audiobook before the physical copy even got here. So I'm probably gonna read it again, but you should definitely give it a listen if you like Southern dramas and Southern fiction, church-based fictions. But I really enjoyed listening to the book and definitely looking for more works from Addie Kitchen. Check it out.